Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kels.
I'm Kenz.
And this is Kels and Ken's Read. We are coming at you today with a video where we are continuing the series that we're in the middle of. Series I don't know. Series. I think it's just series.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, we're continuing the series that we're reading. But before we get started, what are we reading right now? So, Kenz, what are you reading?
I'm about to start our book club book this month, which is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. And, I know from your Goodreads you've started it.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Are you liking it?
I am really enjoying it. It doesn't feel like a nonfiction book. Like, it feels very relatable. And she talks about not only like romantic love, but also love in female friendships and what that looks like, and dynamics changing when your best friend gets into a relationship and then like moves out, and like it's all about that, and then love in a family. It's really good. This is the first book that I have ever tabbed. Like this, it's so good, and there's a lot of quotes that I think are funny or relatable. But one thing she does for every like time period is she talks about what she knew about love when she was like 13, 16. And then it goes into what she knew about love when she was 21. And like that was a handful of years ago for us. So it felt so relatable. And it's like looking at the difference between the two age groups and being like, yeah, that's what we thought love was then. And then what it was at 21, and now what it's going to evolve into when we get into like our 30s. Ugh. But like what it looks like then. I got goosebumps. So for this video, we are going to be continuing series that we're in the middle of course, if you couldn't tell by the title and me introing the video too. And so, we're really good at starting series, but we're really bad at finishing series sometimes. So this video will also help push us to kind of get ahead in some of those series. I know that I kind of have an idea of what I might pick. Kenz, I think you as well kind of have an idea, but you'll just have to stay tuned.
That I'm
I'm like,
But I'm like,
yeah, I'm looking at my list.
All 4.
Can I get through 4 books in 2 weeks?
Yes, I can. But will I have the time to? Is my
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because life is crazy right now. But which it's funny because, like I told you, 2 of them are books that I said I was reading like 2 months ago. She's
still reading those books, by the way, everybody.
They've just been on pause, okay? They've been on pause.
Yeah, just a little
Not a
hiatus.
soft DNF. That's not a soft DNF. It's just been... this book caught my attention more. I'm gonna read this one.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you.
You're keeping them on the back burner.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I think those are my top 2 that I'm gonna target. And then... Because those are physical books. And then if I find an audio book that I can do at work or while I'm driving, that's also a series that I'm continuing then. That's going to be my thought process, is get through those first and then do audio if I need to.
Yeah. Well, I guess, we'll all have to stay tuned and continue watching the video to see if Kenz actually finishes those books.
Yeah, will I?
It's been many moons.
Yes. And it's not that they're bad. They are not bad. They are by 2 authors that I love. I just am ADD and susceptible to changing my mind. So.
Yes. And that's okay. But, I guess stay tuned if she finishes them. And for our other books that we get into. Our journey. So we'll see you in the next clip. It'll be a couple weeks for us, but like a second for you.
I guess the first book that I picked was what's the name? Crazy Stupid Romance by, I think, is it Liz K. Adams? I think that's her name. Sorry, I might be wrong. It is part of the Romance book club series, and if you don't know anything about that series is utterly adorable. Basically, it is how many are there? There's 5 books out right now. And the book series follows different male characters in this book club. And one of the members started the book club, one because his mom loved romance books, but he found that in his romantic life, romance books like have the key. They have the answers to solving your romantic problems. And so he created this romance book club where they read different types of romance books and they apply them to their relationships. And of course there has to be an issue in every book, but they follow different tropes of romance books. But it's like these high society, famous people, celebrities, that's the same thing, baseball players, you know. It's these like super famous guys that are all in this romance book club that help each other out, and the found family between the romance book club is so cute. I love it. But it also tackles what is the word? Gender stereotypes and masculinity stereotypes and all that. So it's an adorable book. If you like audiobooks, the audiobook is they're all narrated by male, because that's like the main POV. Like you have they're all dual POV, but obviously like it's the romance book club like series, like it's mainly told from the guy's point of view. So I read or listened to that one and I gave it a 4.25. It is definitely my favorite. It's book 3. It's definitely my favorite so far. This book dealt with a lot of grief and just different, obviously different romance tropes. Some that are a little, what is the word? Not niche. Not everybody's favorite. But, yeah, it was good. I highly recommend that series because it's a different kind of romance book, and since if you like romance books, then you will like these books because they're using romance books to solve their real life problems. Okay, so the second book that I am currently reading on Kindle and also listening to because I got access to it on Libby is the third book in the Kingdom of Lies series by Stasia Stark. The book is called A Crown This Cold and Heavy, I think. Something like that. And if you guys have watched our video where we talk about books that we want to read in 2024, this series was on there, and I talk about the first book, and I talk about more of, you know, the world and everything. But essentially, if you like Throne of Glass, I 100% recommend this book. I love Throne of Glass, probably my favorite book series ever, and this book series gives me so much Throne of Glass vibes. Oh god, I love it so much. You have fae, you have humans, you have magic, you have monsters. Oh, it's so good. But I am 28% through on this book. Now I will say I'm a little bummed because my sister, I recommended these to her, and she's already on, let's see, I'm on chapter 10. She's on chapter 15 of this book, and she's struggling to, you know, enjoy the third book. So I'm hoping as I get further into it that obsessed with it. I gave the first 2 books 4.5 stars. This book, I'm still, like I said, I'm 28% in, but I'm enjoying it. I'd probably already be done with it if my life wasn't so busy right now, but highly recommend it if you are into Throne of Glass.
Alright, y'all, it is the next day after we filmed the intro. I just finished Everything I Know About Love, and oh my god, that book was amazing. I definitely recommend it. Definitely check out my Goodreads for updates there. But now it's time to pick a book of a series that I'm in the middle of. And I'm in the middle of a lot. I went through my bookshelves and I picked out books that I have that are the next in the series. So we have City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. We have Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. We have A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And then we have The Goal by Elle Kennedy, which Kenz and I have talked about a lot. Now, I feel like I'm definitely in a fantasy mood, especially after reading a nonfiction, specifically a memoir book. So I think it's going to be between these 3. And I don't know. Y'all know how Kenz feels about Shadow and Bone. She's not the biggest fan, but I'm definitely wanting to finish the series. City of Ashes is on my 24 for 24. But something about A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire is really calling to me, especially because I just finished From Blood and Ash, like last month, I think. There's a hair in my eyes. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Found it. So I think A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire is going to be our pick. I think I'll definitely finish this before the next couple of weeks are up. Yes, I definitely will. So we'll definitely get into the other ones. I know that I also want to read the next Heartstopper novel. I think I'm going to be on number 4. So I'm going to put a hold on that in Libby and see when I can get that. So I might be reading that in this video too. But I'm excited. The bookmark is going in the book. And then the book will go in the book sleeve. So this is my next read. I'll keep you all updated. Alright, y'all, I have some updates for you. It is now Saturday. I filmed the last clip on Monday. So last night, I finished A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. So the second book in the From Blood and Ash series. Oh my gosh, I ate this book up so good. The tension was tensioning. I also just love the world. Jennifer L. Armentrout, the author of this book, the series, phenomenal. Like, I loved it. And I've heard a lot of people either really love or hate this series, specifically the first book. This one was so much better than the first book, and I rated the first book 5 stars. So now I'm like, do I need to reevaluate that? My only complaints, and this has nothing to do with the book, it's with the like story, but I got this off Amazon, right? Because I needed it injected into me. But like, I just be like, turn the page, and then all of a sudden the pages just come out. So I guess that's what I get for going on Amazon instead of a local bookstore. My bad. I'm gonna be buying this in a different copy because I went to the bookstore again today, Pearl Street Books in Ellensburg, and I got the 3rd and the 4th book in this series. But they are not the same size. This book and the 4th book are the same size as From Blood and Ash. I don't know what she's doing. She's chilling. So I need to wait for them to get this in stock so then I can have a fully constructed book where the pages don't fall out and a book that matches the rest. While I really, I've already started this book because I got coffee, and while I was waiting for my coffee, I started reading this. Really want to read this, but I also have other options. So I have the same three, books as before. So Siege and Storm, City of Ashes, and The Goal. But I also kind of want to continue the Twisted series, so I think Twisted Games is next, which is on Kindle Unlimited. So I think I might do that, or probably yes, both. I want to read Heartstopper Volume 4 because that's what I'm up to, but I've been renting them through Libby, so I need to place a hold so that I can read it on my Kindle too. So yeah, I'll let you know what I pick. It's probably gonna be From Blood and Ash 3. So, we'll see.
So the second book I read was book 1 of the Academy series by Tessa Bailey. I enjoy Tessa Bailey books. They are not the best written, but they are enjoyable. They're fluffy, you know. Put it on, read it when you just want something low stress, casual, easy to read, fast to read. This is one of her older books. I'm not quite sure when it was published, but it's one of her older books. I actually read this series out of order. I read book 3 first, which, I mean, interconnected, standalone. You find out about the relationships, but from the first 2 books, but you don't find out in detail, so it's not like a big deal. Book series follows 3 best friends that are all rookies in the New York Police Academy, and this character is the police chief's son, youngest son, and he's got major commitment issues, does not want a relationship, wants nothing serious, focused strictly on work. Meets this girl. She says she kind of wants the same thing, nothing serious, whatever. She has an interesting past, and after a conversation with her mom, it's like a flip the switch. She wants to look for a real relationship, but really cute. If you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, very much gave me Jake and Amy vibes in a way, like the banter between the 2 of them, very much Jake and Amy vibes. But it was super fun. I don't know which one I like better. I think right now the third one is my favorite. I enjoyed that book and the situation going on in that book a little bit more, but overall this was good. I would recommend the series if you like Tess Bailey. The next book that I read was actually book number 4 of the Bromance Book Club. It's called Isn't It Bromantic? It is so adorable. If you couldn't tell, I love this series. It's a second chance. It's dual POV. Yeah, deals with a little bit of grief-ish, I would say. Really fun, really quirky. Overall, fun book, fluffy. Again, this whole series, I kind of just listened or read books that were fluffy and just something fun to help me get through my book slump. So that's all the books I think I'm gonna have time to read before Kels and I film our conclusion. So yeah, if you like any of them or you're interested in any of them, have fun.
Alright y'all, I picked a book. I decided to sprinkle in a bit of romance, and I absolutely hate the cover, but I'm gonna be reading Twisted Games by Anna Huang. Yeah, second in the Twisted series. And then if I feel like switching it up, you know I'm going back to the third Blood and Ash book. I'm also sitting outside because this is Very nice day. We haven't had sunshine in like the whole week, so I'm trying to soak it up. But yeah, so that's why I'm squinting, and I'll report back later. All right, y'all, it is a couple weeks later since we filmed the intro, and then you saw us reading, and now we're back to kind of wrap up our thoughts on the books we read. So, as y'all saw, the first book I read was A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and oh my gosh, I rated this 5 stars. It is so good. I love this series so much. I'm now on the 4th book. I'm on the 4th book now.
The fact that you're gonna catch up to me, and well, to be fair, I've had the 5th book. I just haven't read it.
I cannot say a single thing about this book or any of the other books because it's such a huge spoiler, and it's so good. Like, the first book feels definitely more romantic-y, but the further you get in it, it's definitely high fantasy and high stakes, and the romance is still there, but like the world just gets so much bigger and just, oh my god. But yes, I definitely recommend this series, and the fact that the first book got picked for book club this month, I am so happy about it because now everybody will read it and join the hype. Hopefully everybody will read it. If anyone from book club is watching this, you better be reading From Blood and Ash. The next book that I read, I don't know if I told you that I read this.
I may have seen it on your Goodreads. Is it what I think it is?
Twisted Games.
Did you tell me?
I don't know. But I read Twisted Games. That's such like a...
Sorry. I'm just like, I'm so happy you just read 2 of my books that I've been like dying for you to read. Like, books that I would have given you in our previous video if I wasn't mean to you.
Well, in that previous video, I was like, I should also read Twisted Games to surprise Kenz, because that's the one she would have picked if it wasn't Ice Planet Barbarians, but I didn't read it in time, so I thought I had added on to this one, and I did. I liked it. I liked it a lot better than Twisted Love. I rated Twisted Games 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Something about, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but something about when the male main character calls the female princess, and that, like, it just is everything to me.
These books, like as we've said, are her books like the most fancy literary? No, but are they?
And that's why I don't think it was a 5-star for me. It was good. I think I finished it in just a little over a day. I think. But, like, it was good. I ate it up. But what I really didn't like in the beginning was the timeline of everything. Because it was very choppy. Because it's going through, like, bits and pieces of, like, Bridget's story while, what's her name? Ava's story is still going on. But it's, like, time jumping. And I was just, like, confused about everything.
Very hard. Usually, you know, in, like, standalone series, you can read them. Or interconnected standalone, you can read them because they're all post. When in reality, these are all kind of like, part of them are happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, what goes on at the end of the first book isn't like part of the beginning of the next book. But it skips over it. It's mentioned. You don't go in detail. But it's like, you know it's there. Because they have to start before it.
And it was very, like, there's a lot of things that were just missing in the beginning. Yeah. Because it also just, like, glides over their time in the United States before she goes to Eldora.
Whatever it's called, I can't think of it. It's been, like, 2 years now since I've read it.
I have no idea. That's how much it's stuck in my brain. So, but it was good. I still really liked it. I mean, both books that I was reading, the guys called their lady friends princess, so I was like, I love this. But my shining star was definitely this. And then I got stuck in reading a lot of series, so then I read The Goal. The Goal, Heartstopper 4, and then a Gilded Crown.
Yeah.
Whatever the third one is for this. But yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl, you were like putting in some books. Like, I'd see her Goodreads, and I was like, damn. I'm like, at that point, I think I had only finished one book. And I was like, what did I read, Kenzie? Okay.
What did you read?
What did I read? Okay, so I guess there were some books that I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of these. I'm like 5-10% in the, like, into these. I need to read them. I was like, oh, and they're perfect. They're in the middle of series. I'm gonna read them. AKA King of Greed.
Yes.
And In the Weeds.
Yes, the ones that you've been reading since we started this channel.
Did I read them? No, I did not.
No, no, she didn't.
No. So then I was like, it was like a week after we decided, we had filmed the beginning, and I was like, all right, Kenzie, you need to read. Like, okay, I had just gotten access to the third book of the Bromance Book Club series. And again, same with like all the, so your normal romance readers, not your or romance authors, not like your Emily Henry, little bit more serious ones. I'm in love with this series so much. It is, I think in one of the videos, I said it was utterly adorable. The men in these books, in this book club, I mean, do you know anything about it? Like, I talk about it in my videos. So it's all like high society people. You've got like super rich people, famous people, athletes that are all in this bromance book club to solve their romantic issues. And I love that. Like,
it's amazing. Men take notes.
Literally, men take your notes, because I wish I had a book, because I'd be like, it's all in here. It's all in here.
This is the how-to guide. Don't do the third act breakup, though. Communicate.
Okay, but here's the thing. I low-key, I'm not one of those that's like, I don't need a third act breakup. I sometimes like a third act breakup. I want a little bit of that, like, stir the pot. Let's see how you react. Because sometimes I know how I am. And am in situations, sometimes am I not the best communicator? Yes. Do I shut down sometimes? Yes.
Yes.
So, I'm not one of those people that's like, God, I freaking hate the third act breakup. Like, now if it's like a stupid breakup, I'm like, okay, go pout, and then come back. Come give me the grand gesture. But in these books, it's so, oh my God, I just love it. It is so adorable, because the guys are like, you dumbass. Have you learned nothing from the romance books? Like,
have you learned nothing from these books?
and so like each book that they're reading goes along with whatever the problem is in, like, the overall problem in the book you're reading. So they're tackling different tropes in each book, but that's what you're reading. So it's like, oh, I just love it.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh my God, it's like the found family, like, the found family you have in like Icebreaker, The Deal, like that found family. That is the same vibe that you get with the found family of these dudes, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cute. Like, I want to be in their bromance book club.
I want to be in your book club.
I want to be in their book club. Like, it's adorable. Anyway, sorry, tangent. That's about the whole series. The third book is, it's a friends to lovers book, and it tackles grief. And I adored it. I've read, as I will talk about in a minute, I also read the fourth book for this video. But this one, it is just, I loved it. I think it's my favorite. I gave it a 4.25. I think the other ones I either gave like a 3 to a 4, maybe 3.5 to 4. This one, something about it, I think maybe it was the topics that it talked about. topics that come up in the second book that are also in the third book that could be a trigger warning for some people. It's not like too intense, but it's still there. Like it's a trigger warning.
Yeah.
But the way that, like, his name's Noah. The way Noah takes care of Alexis in this book and, like, the friendship that they have because of a tragic issue. Loved. And then when they become more than friends.
When they're the lovers part of the friends to lovers.
Yeah, I am just like, it was adorable. After reading Crazy Stupid Bromance, I read Isn't It Bromantic, which is the fourth book in the series. And this one, it's funny because, you know, I told you I wasn't in the mood for second chance.
Yeah.
This one's second chance.
Except for this.
Yeah, okay, but this one didn't do the time jumping.
The, like, then and now.
Yeah. It was pretty much all in the same time frame with maybe a hint of, like, one thing from the past. But it's so cute because this character is known as the Russian in the first 3 books. He's just...
Nice.
Russian.
Nice.
He is a Russian hockey player in Nashville, and he joins the book club, and his character is so funny in the other ones because in the other ones he is known to have, like, gastrointestinal problems, and it's like a joke throughout the whole thing. Well, in this book they kind of clear that up for you, but it's just kind of funny because it's like, oh, you have the Russian who has these issues, but in the book he's like the sweetest. He's like this big Russian hockey player, but he's like the most emotional out of the group. Like, he cries over the little things. Like,
oh my, he's a big softie.
He's a big teddy bear. Like, I love him. Well, in this one, he's like writing a romance book.
Oh.
Yeah, he's writing a romance book, and he's in a marriage of convenience with his best friend. And so it's a second chance marriage of convenience book, and it is, like I said, are they the best? No. But they are so cute. I ate them up. It's still the third book right now. There's 5 out currently. The third book is still my favorite. But this one was adorable. Okay. So the next book that I read was a Tess Bailey book. And as I was telling Kelsey earlier, I've been in a pretty big book slump the past 3 months. Just been too busy to really read anything or enjoy reading. So I've tried to read literally 4 different books, I think, for this. I'm going to read a Tess Bailey book. Because why not? I had it.
Just soft, little fluff.
And I had to, you know, as Kelsey has said, I've been trying to read her backlog. She's got so many, and, you know, why not?
She does.
But, again, this was a series I read out of order. Not on purpose, but I bought them in the wrong order. But it is one of her older books, book series called The Academy, and it's baseball. Police Academy in New York.
Where did you get baseball and police mixed?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's been a day, okay? It's been a day.
Okay, Police Academy.
Police Academy in New York? Maybe Brooklyn. I don't know. One of the two. And basically, the book series follows 3 rookies that are roommates. And I read the 3rd book first. So this one was the first book. I know, that makes sense. They're all standalone, though, so really the only thing that was spoiled in the 3rd book was the relationships, but let's be real.
Like, you know, by reading the back of the book anyway.
Exactly. You know they're going to end up together, so it's not
they're going to end up together.
Spoiled, really.
Yeah.
So I read the first one, and I liked it. I gave it a 3-star.
Okay.
It was enjoyable. Yeah, so cute. not anything like I'd be like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
amazing, best book ever. But enjoyable if you need nothing serious. So overall for me, Crazy Stupid Bromance.
That's your
that's my book for these. I'm like, it's up there, and I'm so close to finishing A Crown That's Cold and Heavy. I'm literally at 83%. I was
You're
like,
so close.
I was like, I'm gonna get it done for this video, and then I was like, no, I'm not. No, I
Nope.
tried. It'll be done tomorrow.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Of course it will.
But
yes. Well, that's all we have for today's video. I hope you all liked it. If you have read any of these series or books, let us know in the comments. Yeah, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, just stay tuned for another video that we're very excited to film.
yeah.
Bye.